Sleep plays an important role throughout our lives. When you have a new baby at home, you may find yourself with a lot of questions about their sleep. When should baby nap? How long should baby sleep for? When will they sleep through the night? In this video, we'll cover safety, how much baby should sleep, and how to help baby sleep, as well as special sleep topics like sleep regression and rapid eye movement, or REM sleep. Let's just dive right into answering these most asked questions. First of all, let's talk about safety. When baby is sleeping, keeping them safe is really important. A great way to remember the safety rules while baby is sleeping is ABC. This stands for alone, back, and crib. Here's more about the ABCs of safe sleep. Baby should always sleep alone. This means you don't share a bed, but baby can be in the same room as their caregiver. Keep the room smoke-free and cool. Baby should always sleep on their back. Remember, back to sleep and tummy to play. Try changing the direction you place baby in their crib each day as well. This is a simple way to help prevent flat spots on the head, since baby needs to change the direction they turn their head to look at you each day. Baby should always sleep in a crib. Some babies prefer to sleep in their caregiver's arms or on their chest in the first few months. The American Academy of Pediatrics doesn't recommend this, as there's always a chance the caregiver falls asleep too. But if this is your situation, try transitioning baby to the crib as early as you can. Make sure the crib meets current safety standards and keep the crib free of any toys, objects, blankets, etc. If baby has a mobile over their head, make sure it's secured and at no risk of falling in the crib. Once baby is either able to get up on their hands and knees or is 5 months old, the mobile should be removed entirely. Make sure the mattress is the right size and remove all plastic packaging on the crib. The slats of the crib should be no more than 2 3/8 inches apart, so baby can't fit a body part through the slats. We don't want any arms or legs getting caught. Place the crib away from windows to keep baby away from cords. Now that baby is safe in their crib, what can you expect from their sleep schedule? You can screenshot this graphic to save for later, and we'll go over each age range throughout this video. But for now, let's focus on babies from 0 to 3 months old. At 0 to 3 months, baby should sleep 12 to 17 hours a day. Baby will typically nap about 2 to 3 times during the day. A morning nap, an early afternoon nap, and a late afternoon nap. Know that every baby is different, so these general nap times may vary. Remember, this is just during the day. Baby will also get their nighttime sleep as well. Adjusting to newborn sleep patterns can be one of the hardest things for new parents. Dealing with baby's sleep schedule, or a lack of a sleep schedule, is one of the first challenges of parenthood. Baby may seem like they have no problem sleeping during the day, but wake up frequently at night. Or they may seem like they have no schedule at all. Baby has no concept of time in their early months. They don't know the difference between day and night, how to put themselves to sleep, or how to wake up when they feel like they've gotten enough sleep. In the first 3 months, baby usually wakes up every 2 to 3 hours for feedings, but this can vary. They have a very small stomach at this age, which means they need to eat small amounts more frequently. Waking up and crying usually means they're hungry. While newborn sleep patterns are typically about 8 to 9 hours during the day and 8 hours at night, this doesn't mean they're sleeping the whole time. Think of newborn sleep patterns more like a series of naps rather than the schedule children and adults are used to. You may be watching this at 3 a.m. thinking, when will this end? When will baby sleep through the night? We know it's tough, but baby will eventually get there. Some babies develop a pattern to sleep through the night as early as 3 months old. For some at 6 months old, and for others it may be closer to a year. Around the 4 to 6 month age, baby begins to learn how to self-soothe, which means if they wake up and aren't hungry, they can calm themselves back to sleep without needing your help. If baby is having trouble with their sleep, here are 4 things you can do to help baby get their sleep on track. Check their swaddle. If baby is still swaddling, make sure they're comfortable and safe in their swaddle. If they seem to be having trouble getting to sleep, consider a swaddling alternative, like a sleep suit. Remember, swaddling should end when baby begins to roll, which can be as early as 3 to 4 months. Keep them active. We say active because your baby's ability to physically move may be somewhat limited if they're only a few months old. But that doesn't mean you can't keep their senses or their mind active. Try keeping your baby in an active state during their waking hours by feeding or playing with them. Create a bedtime routine. Even at a young age, baby notices patterns. When you create a bedtime routine, baby will notice that you're preparing for sleep, which may help with self-soothing and relaxation. Consider making a mealtime or bath time routine to help baby get ready for bed. try to stick to a schedule. Along with your nighttime routine, try to stick to relatively the same times for naps and bedtimes. Of course, these times will change as baby gets older, and there will be some variation from day to day, but sticking with roughly the same times every day can help baby. If sleep issues persist, contact your healthcare provider. They may have additional recommendations. So, has baby learned to sleep through the night? That can be a huge relief. Baby gets more sleep, and so do you. But sometimes, with 2 steps forward, there's 1 step back. Baby can go through sleep regression, which happens when a baby who once had a good sleep pattern reverts back to having frequent wake-ups, crying during the night, or has difficulty falling asleep. Sleep regression is more than just a night or 2 of bad sleep. It's a period of time when these sleep issues happen consistently, especially following a period of baby having a more typical sleep pattern. The most common regression period seems to be the 4-month sleep regression, but sleep regression can happen several times throughout the first 2 years. Sleep regression is very common, so it doesn't mean that anything is wrong. It typically lasts for 2 to 6 weeks, but this can vary. If baby has already been prone to wake-ups, you may not even notice a regression at all. Some sleep experts have honed in on a few key periods when sleep regression occurs: 4 months, 8 months, 12 months, and 18 months, but these times can vary. Things like developing motor skills, teething, or even growth spurts can greatly impact baby's sleep. As they achieve new milestones, they may experience sleep regressions. What can you do if baby is experiencing sleep regression? Help baby learn how to self-soothe. Self-soothing is when baby learns to calm themselves. Baby typically learns to self-soothe starting around 4 months, and this is strengthened by 6 months. You can help your baby learn to self-soothe by putting them to sleep while drowsy, but still awake. This will help them learn to fall asleep on their own. Make sure baby is getting enough to eat. As baby grows, they need more to eat. Being hungry is something that can wake them up. Make sure your little one is eating enough. Follow a sleep schedule as best you can. Even young babies notice patterns and routines. Consider making a feeding or bath time routine to help get baby ready for bed. Cues such as the room being calm and dark, or reading a story, can help baby associate this time with bedtime. Try sticking to relatively similar times for naps during the day as well. Of course, these times will naturally change as baby gets older, but sticking with a general routine of the same times each day can help. Be patient. Remember that sleep regression typically lasts 2 to 6 weeks, so it may take time for baby to adjust. We know it's difficult since you may have thought you were out of the woods with nighttime wake-ups, but this period will end again. Hang in there. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Sleep disruption doesn't only impact baby. Caring for a baby going through sleep regression can be exhausting for you too. Be sure to reach out for support for yourself if you need it. While sleep regression is occurring, try sticking with these typical napping schedules for baby as they grow. At 0 to 3 months, baby should sleep 12 to 17 hours a day, and around 4 months they begin to phase out one of those hours, totaling 12 to 16 hours a day. Up until 8 months old, baby will typically nap 2 to 3 times during the day: a morning nap, an early afternoon nap, and a late afternoon nap. This is in addition to their nighttime sleep schedule. At 9 months, it's recommended to phase baby out of the 3rd nap so that they're ready for an earlier bedtime. This means from 9 to 12 months old, baby typically naps 2 times a day, one being in the morning and the other in the early afternoon. Baby will then have an earlier bedtime than in previous months. After 1 year, baby will typically nap just once a day, and by 1st grade, they phase out of napping altogether. Remember, every baby is different. Schedules, nap lengths, and number of naps may vary. No matter how or when your baby naps, the best thing to try and do is be consistent with their schedule, which usually takes about 3 months to develop. It's also important to remember every day is different. While establishing a routine is great, there are going to be some factors that disrupt routines. Do your best to keep the same routine even during the holidays and weekends, but know that temporary changes may happen, and that's okay. Aim to get baby back on track when you can. We've covered how babies should sleep and how to help them sleep. But why is sleep so important? Well, newborns spend about 70% of their day asleep. From 4 to 12 months old, they spend 50% of their time asleep, and children spend about 40% of their pre-teenage childhood asleep. That's a lot of sleeping. And sleep is so important for baby's development. While sleeping, newborns spend about 40 to 70% of their time in REM sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement. It's called this because during this phase, their eyes move quickly in different directions due to activity in the brain, which is how dreams happen. Dreams can happen in other phases of sleep, but are most vivid in REM. So yes, your baby dreams. And REM sleep, while it's important for even adults to get, is especially important for baby. REM sleep promotes learning and memory. Studies show that REM sleep helps retain information in short and long-term memory. As baby learns so much every day, it's important that their brain has time to process it all. Brain development. Neural connections are incredibly important for your baby's development. Research shows that REM sleep is when neural connections go into overdrive. Baby forms 1 million neural connections per second. REM assists in promoting this brain development. Mood. There is believed to be a link between REM sleep and coping mechanisms. Coping skills are particularly important for your newborn to develop, as they will aid in everything from communication development to executive functioning. Sleep is so important for baby's overall development. Sleep during baby's first year can be a real challenge. As a parent, it takes patience and dedication to help your little one get the sleep they need. It won't always be easy, but helping baby get to sleep helps their development so much. So hang in there and reach out to a healthcare provider if you have more questions about baby sleep. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel and check out our other social media accounts in the description below. It's never too early or too late to get baby on the right pathway.